meet Stanley. He is a loner and a hermit, if you will. Stanley likes to be by himself. He is a very wealthy man, but he does not trust easily because in his past experience, people have always been after him for his money. And he does not want to deal with that anymore. And he owns a bath shop in Simtown, and they sell their items online, and the name of the business is called The Naked Tree. He has a space downstairs where his workers will send off items.
Yeah, Stan, I'm having a party and I would love it if you came.
Well, I'm not one for parties, you kind of know that, but I guess I will go, but only for a little while.
So after work, Stanley loves to chill over at the office because there's a canoe over there and ice skating, and he could just chill without anyone around, which he really likes. So in the mornings, Stanley likes to go to the coffee shop over in Simtown, and he likes to sit outside, with his coffee and read, because hardly anybody sits outside, even though there's a lot of spots available, but everyone just likes to be inside and just chat.
This book about faith and family is really good. I am really liking this book. It's nice, and I can just read in peace.
Stanley had decided to take himself out for a nice meal, but what he did not expect was that there would be a lot of couples around, and Stanley won't admit it, but he is lonely, and he would love to find a girl who would love him for him. Most girls that he's experienced just want him for what he can offer them, but they don't want him for him. Stanley is not a club guy, but he really had wanted a drink, so he had gone to the local club to get a drink, and then he left right afterward because he felt extremely uncomfortable. So he went home, and if you want a tour of his house, and that will be over on Melissa's channel, which I'm going to have linked in the information bar below and also in a card. Stanley also owns a tree house over in the rainforest, and so he was over there when he heard somebody walking outside. Usually this area of the forest is very empty, but he heard a noise, and as you can see over here, there is a girl who is lost, and she doesn't know her way back to town. This girl is named Abby. Boy, I really don't know where I am. Usually I don't get lost. And I forgot my compass. Lord, please help me to find help. Oh, thank God, sir. Excuse me, sir. I'm Abby and I am lost and I really don't know how to get back to town. Will you please help me? So Stanley helped her to get back to town. And immediately he noticed something like different about Abby.
Oh, hi, Abby?
Oh, hi. Yes, Stanley. How can I help you?
Oh, I didn't know that you worked here. I'm going to have a latte, please, and also a pastry.
Okay, sir, that will be $3.85. Meet Abby. Abby is actually an orphan. Her family had died in an accident. Abby owns very, very few items. Her clothing is very little and she only has one pair of shoes. But Abby makes things work and she works part-time over, at the coffee shop, and she loves to take walks over in the forest. Here is where Abby lives. Abby lives in this rundown houseboat that her father had owned. And the houseboat is all paid off, and so she just stays here, and she has very minimal items in her house. The most expensive item that she has is the laptop, and she uses that because she hopes to start a business. So here is an overview of her little houseboat. She lives here with her cat, Tashi. And Tashi is the only really family and friend that she has right now. Tashi, someday we will have a nicer place to live and we will have more income. But as of right now, I really think that it is important that we appreciate what we do have. We may not have much, but at least we have each other, and that is what's important. This girl is named Sorsha. Sorsha is a very snobby rich girl, and she is after a man with money, even though she has it herself, and she's very shallow. She lives in this home right here, which is purely locked up, and she has her own guards because she believes that she is the most important person in the world. Sorsha is extremely spoiled, and she does not take no for an answer. So it is the day of the party, and this is the home of Stanley's employee who is having the party along with his wife. And as you can see, Sorsha is here along with a few other guests. And Stanley is sitting inside with George. Oh, I just love your home. But who is that sexy man in the hot tub? I need to know because I want to get to know him. He is so nice. Oh, are you asking about Stanley? About Marino. Marino is married. Stanley, is he rich? Hi, I'm Sorsha. Are you Stanley? My, you are one fine man. I would love to get to know you better. Marino, I think I'm gonna be getting out now. Oh, Stanley, we must simply
go out and just chat and get to know each other. Sorry, Sorsha, whoever you are. I'm not interested. Oh, yes you are. I'm sure you know who I am.
So all throughout the party, Sorsha had made sure to dance right near Stanley because she would not give up. And Stanley was trying to talk to his friend.
You know, I'm just not interested. I don't like her.
Yeah, she's definitely a different girl.
Oh, Stanley, aren't you having just so much fun? I love this party. Sure, Sorsha, sure.
Sorsha took that sure, Sorsha, sure as a clue that Stanley liked her, so she upped her game. So the next morning, Stanley had gone to the coffee shop.
Oh, Abby, it's so nice to see you. I think I'm gonna have another pastry and a coffee, black.
Okay, Stanley, sure. I will have that out for you.
Thank you, Abby. Appreciate. Hi, Stanley. Oh, I'm so glad to see you here. Okay,
Sir, it'll be $3.89.
thank you, Abby. You're the best employee here. Oh, Stanley! Stanley! Look at me, Stanley! Say, Abby, on your break, would you like to have lunch with me?
I appreciate you asking, Stan, but I don't know. Maybe just a cup of coffee.
Okay, Abby. I'll be outside with my book. So on your break, I'll see you on your break. Thank you, Abby. I appreciate this.
Sorsha was angry when she heard.
Stanley, we really should have lunch together and... But, Sorsha, I'm not interested. I've told you this. Oh, Stanley, you play hard to get.
Sorsha thought that she better have a little word with Abby.
Excuse me, miss. Have you got any French items here, like pastries?
No, ma'am. I'm sorry we don't.
What kind of place is this, and what kind of employee are you? Well, anyways, I'm here to tell you to stay away from Stanley. Stanley is mine, and you're not going to touch him, and you are not going to have coffee with him. Understood?
I don't know who you are, ma'am, but I suggest you leave this instance. I do not respond to threats, especially made by people like you, so I suggest you leave.
Carla, I'm telling you, the service here is horrible, and that poor little mouse back there, oh, such a terrible employee. She's trying to steal my man. Can you believe that?
Sorsha, I don't know if Stanley likes you.
Oh, he does. Believe me, everyone likes me.
Sorsha, you are really egotistical.
Hi, Stanley. I'm on my break. Would you like to have that coffee?
Oh, yes, and if you would allow me to, I would love to walk you home.
I guess that's fine, Stanley.
This girl needs to be taught a lesson.
Sorsha had decided to visit Abby's little houseboat while Abby was still at work.
Oh, this place is disgusting. How can anybody live in this rat hole?
Stanley, I don't know why a person would mess up my home, but I don't have anything of value but my cat, and he's locked in the bathroom.
Don't worry, Abby. I'm gonna help you, okay? Don't worry.